I'm there, Ozzy. Oh, Charlie, please go. Ozzy, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, I just feel like you're not having stuck. I know if I spin or I cut through or something. Something up now, you know.
No, if I jam you because I didn't want you calling me.
Alright, buddy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you, Sean.
stayed at. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. Underneath the roads I've dreamed, I'll see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. You're shining forward, the wind is cold. Must return to the wild. You're shining forward, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild, 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 wild.
Good evening, guys. What is going on? Alright, welcome out to our third round of the Caribbean Special Class Series. So we got some guys on track completing final practice here. Just under 6 minutes to go. So, some of you are wondering, why is this the third round? We've already done the third round. Yes, well, we have done the third round, but it turns out that the track that we were using ended up giving us a bad pit stop scenario for a lot of the drivers that were, well, actually all of the drivers that were in that race. What happened is that when you took a pit stop, instead of re-entering on the same lap that you went in on, it was actually putting you a lap under, and everyone else was actually having that situation. We do test the tracks before we actually put them in a championship. But that format in particular was not tested, and so what happened was that we were blindsided, and it came to our realization that, you know, a lot more needs to go into testing these tracks. So that race there at Simmons Plains, as great as it was unfortunately cancelled, and all of the points were retracted. And we've since chosen 2 other tracks that will take us to the round 5 mark that we are supposed to be at. And so in place of round 2, this was actually going to be our final rounds track, but instead we're going to use it now because we've used it before and we know that it's great just the way it is. And so we're going to use it here now in round 3. Right, so we're under 5 minutes there. The final qualifying, as we've got Martin Webster registering a time and Oswin Wilson as well coming across the line there before we head into this. Crazy speed there by Martin Webster. He lost it completely there coming across the crest, and back into the pit he goes. Let's see who else is out here. Sean Lee. Slowly counting down here with 1 minute remaining in free practice before we head into official qualifying here. Johnny looking quite confident here in his Mustang. Seconds remaining in free practice. goes. Goes to the brakes now for the chase. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to know who is the king of the mountain. That V8 take the car into the pits now. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of free practice. Yep.
As long as you're in camera, you cannot hear nothing you're saying, right?
I figure, but good to know that you actually can't. Let me see if I can turn those cars down just a bit here, audio-wise. Oh, it's actually louder than it's supposed to be. Alright, as we await the official start to qualifying now.
Hey, can somebody hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
I won't be racing though. I tried, but my internet was having problem all the time though. So.
Alright, no problem. You can stay in the server.
Okay.
Alright, we were hoping that Zafira can get it going here, but we did see some 17,000 ping from him earlier. So we're definitely not going to be able to get him in this race. Welcome out Elmo in the chat there. And I'll just step away for a brief second here.
Mic test, mic test.
Good.
Alright, I'm back with you, and I just want to give you a little look here at what the points are at the moment. So we've got Justin Nasseir still leading the charge here with 50 points, and I got news for you. He's in the server today and is looking to add on to these. That he's actually got a good lead here with 50 points against Marlon Young there with his 30. Justin is coming in with BOP, balance of performance here, as in the name of ballast, and he's going to have to carry around 75 kg worth of extra weight. Marlon Young has 50 kg as well, and Sean Lee is taking around 25 kg. As you can see, the cars now leaving pit lane there. We got Marlon Young heading out there, followed by Oswin Wilson, John Green, Rahul Nasseir is there.
Hey, somebody driving a Nissan One Share setup?
Martin Webster as well heading out of the pits there. And they're gonna begin their charge there now for qualifying. Doesn't seem as though a lot of other guys that actually been practicing all week think they can manage the fight here on the mountain. We've had some how much was it? About 14, yeah, 14 competitors here. Pardon me, I'll just need an excuse for.
Mic off. Mic on.
Right, I'm back with you. So these are the points as it stands right now. You guys have had a good gander there at it. So let's head back into qualifying now as we ride on board with Marlon Young. Comes down Conrad straight there. Looking very speedy, does he? And he's still on his out lap. This is not an official lap. So he's going to come around here to the final corner and then be on his way. Ooh, he slide that back end there. Going to be on his way to begin his flying lap now. Marlon Young is in the Nissan Altima out here. And he makes his way up the mountain now. It's like he's just taking his time there. Through turn 2. It through McPhillany Park, comes down from Skyline into the S's.
Probably seen names above drivers again.
Control L.
Thanks.
No problem. What will be his time as he is now about to complete his lap. Car's going so fast down that back straightaway there. Murray's corner sees him once again as he is about to complete this lap. Finally put a time on the board. It's going to be not seeing any readings there. Did he mess up that lap? I think he did. So he's now going to go on 1. Rahul Nasseir comes across the line with a 2:09.079. Justin Nasseir. Ford Mustang. We'll take a look at Justin. Says he's on his outlap now. He's followed by Martin Webster, the teammate of Marlon Young. Let's take a look at Justin completing this lap here. Sparks are flying as he's probably running a bit low there to try and compensate for that extra weight that he's carrying around. And it really close there on entry to Milfarney Park. This is the part here where it takes a lot of trusting your car in order to replicate a really fast time here as he heads through Forrest's elbow and on to Conrad straight. That Mustang is looking mean, guys. Look at the sparks coming off of that Mustang, guys. He's running really low here. Oh, he loses the back end just a bit there on exit of that turn. Will it affect his time? It would have. But what will it be now on top of the board? He comes across the line. It's taken quite some time here for the tower to be registering their times here. Got Justin going back. You know, he's given pass there to Oswin Wilson as Oswin gets going now. Let's take a ride with Oswin. Finally, we get the times on the board there. So Justin Nasseir leads by 2 seconds around the mountain. Seems like this is going to be a fight of setup superiority. And if we know Justin well, he can definitely set that V8 monster up quite good. Beautiful shot here, coming out Conrad straight. This is where you flick the car in. Prepare to break in a straight line. Oh, he's just missing that apex there, Oswin Wilson. That 226.960 is not his fast lap, it's obviously his out lap. So we're gonna check back with Oswin here as he makes his way around the mountain. Sean Lee now exits the pits here in his fashionably liveried Ford Mustang. Got about 20 minutes remaining here in the session before they head in for that 1 hour race around the mountain to see who will claim the crown of Mount Panorama. How you guys doing out there? Say hi to us in the chat. Sean's car does look a little bit higher here. You don't see the sparks coming off of his car as you saw with Justin's car, so that might be the formula right there in winning this race, as you see him losing it there. not going slow enough, and he heads straight into the wall there. It's definitely going to cause him Marlon Young is some 2 seconds away from Justin Nasseir. And Sean Lee's definitely not going to have a lap here because that was his out lap as we saw him exit in pit lane. So he's now about to begin his. Where is Oswin Wilson? He's coming through the dipper now. Says he's on an out lap as well. So he probably made a mistake there. Danny Nasseir now about to come around here and complete his lap. He's currently sitting in 6th position here with a 10-second deficit. Oh, he's gonna go faster there with a 2:15.384. What about John Green? He's on a fast one as well. And with no weights on this Ford Mustang, what will his time be? You can hear him grabbing an extra gear there midway through that S in order to get on the power earlier. Rides the curb there, looks so beautiful, and it's a 2:12.035. Remains in 4th position here. Where's Oswin Wilson now? He begins a fast one now. Sean Lee still in an out lap. Might have had another issue here. Nasseir on an out lap as well as Marlon Young. Justin Nasseir just sitting there in pit lane. And Martin Webster finally registers a time there on the board. So it's slowly filling up here as we're heading towards that halfway mark for qualifying. Afraz Ali in chat saying delivery on Sean Lee's car looks wicked. Yes, it sure does. As he's out here ooh, Martin Webster touching the wall there, and it's definitely going to cancel that lap. Let's take a look at this livery once more as he's out here representing the real life Team Cams that races in the Caribbean. So representation is Oswin Wilson goes second fastest there with a 2:07.470 to bring the deficit down to Justin Nasseir by 1 second. And he's going to take that car back into the pits there, Oswin Wilson, it seems. As Sean Lee continues to make his way around the mountain. He's coming down the mountain now. Ooh, and he goes a little bit too soon into that turn there. Teleports his way back into the pits. Marlon Young as well with an issue there. Rahul Nasseir now on his way up the mountain. And where is John Green? He's about to begin a flyer here, John Green. Let's ride on board with him. Gets into Quarry Bend here. John Green is trying to find the grip there on exit. Seems like he's done so quite well as he heads into the cutting. Oh man, you need so much patience for this dipper. It's not even funny. But John Green seems as though he's got it in hand here. Bring it all the way down. Yes, he does there in first gear. I saw 60 kilometers per hour through that turn. That's real slow. As he goes down Conrad straight now. Flicks the car into the inside line. Brakes at 150 meters per hour. Ooh! Just went down way too much there. You just blow your engine, John?
Yep, I did.
Great job. I thought so, and it is confirmation. He just blew that engine, grabbing too many gears on the downshift there, and he heads back into the pits, rolling back into the pits actually. Let's see if we can capture someone else here. It's Marlon Young. Says he's still in an outlap. Rahul Nasseir now making his way down the mountain here. This is going to be one hell of a race, that is for sure. It's going to take a whole lot to become the king of the mountain. We're now far beyond the halfway mark with 11 minutes and 15 seconds on the board. Comes across the line now, and he goes third fastest with the tiptoeing around Mount Panorama. The 207.920 puts him in there. Not bad, and not a bad starting position either. Where is Oswin Wilson? He's now about to head towards his fast lap. And Martin Webster is trying to follow Marlon Young around the mountain here. He's a little ways away though, Martin Webster, if that is what they're trying to do. And Marlon Young sees Danny Nasseir up ahead of him. Will Danny give him a tow down the back straight here? Seemingly so, he is going to get a tow here, but he's not even on a fast lap just yet though, Marlon Young. Danny does get out of the way. Give Marlon a shot here at a fast lap, as Danny's probably going to take that car back into the pits. Looking quite fast there around Murray's Corner there, Marlon Young. He's just 6/10 away from that third position here. He's making his way up the mountain now, Marlon Young. It's quite tight there around Quarry's Bend. And into the cut. Ooh, it looks like he touched the wall there. Oh, he's a little bit shaken up there off Griffin's Mount. As he heads into Reed Park now. And then into Solomon Park. A lot of parks here on the top of the mountain indeed. Look at that wall, how it's scratched up. There from all of... Ooh, this looks out of control. I thought so. And it's Marlon Young on the top of his tin top. That's a heavy hit too. Thank the Jesus it's not real, guys. Sean Lee. John Green is back out on track here, being followed closely by Oswin Wilson. It seems as though John Green went for a lower suspension there. As you can see, sparks flying from underneath him. It's a little bit shifty though, probably does not like the setup. Oswin Wilson's probably going to try and stick behind John Green here and see if he can learn something. They flick the car in now, coming off of Conrad Strait. Ooh, flames coming out there of Oswin Wilson's Holden Commodore. Oswin, some 1 second behind Justin Nasseir here. John Green goes third fastest with that lap with a 2:07.919. So Oswin Wilson is in trouble here if John Green can get that setup to work in his favor a little bit more. We're looking at Oswin Wilson right now though. Ooh, he steps aside here. Calls it quits to that lap. We saw Rahul Nasseir also calling it quits to that lap as well. Justin Nasseir heads back out on track there after seeing the little bit of movement there from John Green, I suppose. John Green has 0 points on the board. And just seems as though Justin just went for a look around the track, I suppose. Or maybe he's trying to change something on his setup as we slowly approach crunch time here. Rahul Nasseir is back out on track. He's not that far away, ladies and gentlemen. 1/1000th of a second separates him and John Green here. Oh, he's flying. Going down his way into the S now. The S's now. And we are in crunch time. Everyone else except for Oswin Wilson is on track here. And this is shaping up to be one hell of a ride. Oh, he touches the grass just a bit there, Rahul Nasseir. It's not on a fast one. He's preparing himself for a fast one. Can John Green increase the lead over Rahul Nasseir? Can Rahul Nasseir do anything about it? John Green is right behind the youngster, as a matter of fact. As Rahul Nasseir begins his lap now. We'll stick with Rahul here as he goes around Mount Panorama. Sector 1 split here now from Rahul Nasseir. Is he up? Yes, he's up by 3/10 here. What about John Green? Is he up? He is up by 3/10 as well. This is tight here coming down to the ending of qualifying. As they head down into the S's and into the dip. If John Green gets as close as he wants to under Rahul Nasseir, he'll get the toe down the back straight. And there's nothing Rahul Nasseir can do about it. Where's the second split now from Rahul Nasseir? He's lost it. He's lost about 4/10 around that section there. What about John Green? He's managed to stay ahead here. So he's going to increase, if he can make it down the line here, increase his advantage over Rahul Nasseir. But can Rahul pull a rabbit out of his hat here down the final sector? 2 minutes left on the clock. They do have another go at this, Rahul and John. But does the tires have what it takes? Rahul Nasseir does clinch it with a 206.694. John Green across the line now goes fastest with a 206.363. Justin Nasseir relegated to 2. That number 2 spot there with 1/100th of a second to separate him. Justin Nasseir coming down Conrad Straight. He's up by a 10th. The pressure is on here. 1 minute 20 seconds remaining on the clock. John Green goes back into the pits. He probably thinks he's got it in the bag here. Rahul Nasseir sitting in there as well. What can Justin Nasseir do here? He comes around Murray's corner, Comes across the line, and yes, he does it. He goes faster by 4/10 of a second, ladies and gentlemen, to relegate John Green there. It seems as though no one else will be heading out. So, briefly seeing the pole position there was John Green. But then unfortunately, Justin Nasseir at the last moment coming across the line there to take that back from him. Congrats to Justin Nasseir there. Good try there, John Green, as well as Rahul Nasseir. That's a pretty exciting battle there down at the end. What's Christian Rajnauth that manages to come in the server here. He just manages to get on before we go here. He doesn't, I don't think he'll be able to get it there.
Thanks.
Oh, he actually is managing to go around here. The checkered flag is out. Will he be able to complete the lap? He's got about 2 minutes or so to do so. I think he might have already messed this one up here, Christian Rajnauth, as I'm still seeing that it's his out lap and there's no timing on top, so he's probably just trying to test his setup here, see how well it proves to be as he now begins the descent from the mountain. Christian Rajnauth is out here representing Team ER Racing, that real-life racing team there by Azad Hassan and his crew, as well as Paul Jiwanram and his crew. I really don't know the names of everyone else, and I'll just leave it at that. But it is a nice little budding racing crew there in Georgetown, Guyana. As Christian comes around the penultimate turn now, it says he is on his way for 9th position. Oh, he actually registers a time there to go 6th fastest. Well done by Christian Rajnauth. And that surely will be the end of qualifying. Yes, it is. As we will await the start of the race here now. Let's try and get you into a great position for turn 1. So this is where it stands now after the end of official qualifying. Everyone registering a time there in Super Softs except for Marlon Young and Martin Webster, who went for the soft compound tire. As we are awaiting the start of qualifying here.
My death.
Got you loud and clear. Alright folks, I'd like to welcome y'all out to the 3rd round of the Caribbean Special Class Series featuring the V8 Supercars from Australia. Welcome out, and we do hope you enjoy the show.
You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright guys, not a bad qualifying session there. Congratulations to pole sitter and those that followed right after. Great lap there, Christian Rajnauth to come in 6th position. Guys, please do remember the regulations as we head into this tedious track here for 1 hour. Just remember, no talking at the 30-second mark. Alright, we're just about ready to go here. Do remember, it's a mandatory pit stop race. Mandatory pit stop race. You must at least refuel your car and change your tires. Alright, it's 1 minute to go on the clock here. I can imagine how shaky it is. Sitting on that line there as they get ready to go racing here for 1 hour at Mount Panorama out here in Australia, Bathurst as it's commonly known. Alright, we're on to the 30-second mark and they are about to go here. Here we see the LEDs lights are here now on the screen. Begin the sequence to count down. We've got 6 lights on. And they are off here. It looks like a clean start. We've got Martin Webster already coming across the line here. As they go down. Oh, it's a little bit of collision there. We've got Marlon Young already out of this one. Christian Rajnauth, Danny Nasseir as well as Martin Webster. The Team Xplay hitting hard there into turn 1. Danny Nasseir seemingly waiting for whoever he touched there to get back in the lead. And Sean Lee and Christian Rajnauth. Oh, Christian. Oh, there's a little bit of change up the line. John Green with an issue as well as Justin Nasseir. And we can see Justin facing the other direction. Does he get going again? Yes, he finally does here. He's sitting all the way back in 8th position. But it's John Green who manages the whole shot here. Unfortunately, we don't have a replay button to see what just occurred there between them.
It's the pit windows open.
Correct.
I got a badly rear wing damage.
So it's damage is confirmed there on John Green's car. Oswin Wilson following closely by, but look at this, Sean Lee and Christian Rajnauth gets up into 3rd and 4th respectively there after that little accident there between the front runners. It seems like Rahul Nasseir has managed to get on the way as well. Marlon Young back up into 6th position here. Justin clearing position over his uncle Danny Nasseir as Danny lets them by actually. Oswin gets by down Conrad straight here as John Green is suffering with that damaged rear wing. He's going to have to take that car into the pits, and we're going to see who else is going to have to take their cars into the pits as well following that touch up there at the beginning of the race. Oh, actually John Green is not taking his car in. Rahul Nasseir, Christian Rajnauth coming under pressure now. It's Sean Lee that's trying to make a move on Christian Rajnauth. Christian Rajnauth's not going to accept that. Oh, he's got nothing to do. It's Christian with the attack. But he's going to lose a place here instead of gaining one. Rahul moves up into 4th position now. Set sight on Sean Lee. John Green is sticking close to Oswin Wilson, but Oswin is going to want to open that gap. We can already see 1 second there being tossed between John Green and Oswin Wilson. But this fight here for 3rd position is not over just yet. Rahul Nasseir seems like he's losing touch just a bit there with Sean Lee, or is just biding his time. Christian Rajnauth is trying to stick close with them. Down the mountain now, they begin their descent. Ooh, almost running into the rear of them. Rahul Nasseir making up some time there through the S's. Ooh, he almost loses the back end. Yes, he does. That brings Christian Rajnauth up into contention now. Down Conrad straight they go. Marlon Young has got Justin Nasseir to worry about. As he's trying to reclaim that time he lost there due to that accident. 2 seconds now separates Oswin Wilson and John Green. John Green seemingly supposed to be faster with a damaged back wing, a rear wing I should say. But he's losing time and downforce through the dipper section, I would suppose. 210 there from Oswin Wilson, 212 from John Green, 211 Sean Lee, Rahul Nasseir with a 211.3. Rahul Nasseir having a look on the inside. Sean Lee does give him the racing room, but he's not enough. It's not enough for him. Christian Rajnauth now has a look on the inside of Rahul Nasseir. Rahul does give him competition room. Briefly, Christian takes 4th place away from Rahul Nasseir. And Rahul just managing to hold on here into turn 2. Exciting stuff here. We thought Sean Lee might have lost that position. He's been given some breathing room now to make best to get away. 3 seconds now separates Oswin Wilson from John Green. John Green definitely suffering here where downforce is needed the most. Christian running so close to the wall here, and he seems like he's losing touch somewhat with Rahul Nasseir, but Rahul is not claiming any positions just yet on the fight with Sean Lee. He's very much better on the brakes through this section here, Rahul Nasseir, as Sean Lee is tipping toe and dipping his toes through the dipper. A little bit too much there from Rahul Nasseir. Just almost touches the wall. And Christian Rajnauth even closer now, but even closer is Justin Nasseir as he's having a look here and trying to attack Marlon Young. He does get the pass done. Yes, he does. Justin Nasseir with a little bit less rear wing, I suppose, and downforce gets the pass done on Marlon Young, unless Marlon has a bit of damage there to worry about. We head back up the field now. 209 there from Oswin Wilson is the pace. 211 being set by John Green. He's picked it up a bit. Sean Lee with a 212, 213 from Rahul Nasseir, and a 212.6 from Christian Rajnauth. Christian on the charge. 209 though from Justin Nasseir. Marlon Young with a 211. With Webster with a 212, bringing up the rear of the field. And Danny Nasseir, where are you? Some 10 seconds away from Martin Webster. Christian pulls out just a bit there. Oswin Wilson running away with the lead of this race, currently sitting at 5.2 seconds at the moment. Oh, what's going on here? What a place to pass there. Sean Lee losing some time. What is going on with Sean Lee? He loses the rear end. Sean Lee. Oh man. That fight. And it seems as though he's given up here. And he gets back into the pits. What happened? I think he touched the wall. And he suffered just way too much damage there. And now it's back with Christian Rajnauth. Christian goes into the wall. And it looks like he has a lot of damage there after that one. The mountain claiming lives all around us. Yes, that is way too much damage. He's going to head back into the wall way again. Marlon Young calling out to him. But it's nothing Christian Rajnauth could have done there. Justin Nasseir now back up into 4th position here. And Rahul Nasseir is going to have to defend from his cousin. Meanwhile, the pace is dropping there from Oswin Wilson with a 210. John Green going faster with a 211 though. Rahul Nasseir with a 210.6. Justin with a 209.6. Justin definitely faster here pace-wise, but can he pass his cousin here? We ride now with Justin Nasseir. Sean Lee is back out of the pits, though he's in 9th position. Christian still sitting in pit lane. Where is Justin gaining his time? We're in a great position now to see it. Rahul Nasseir has got an opportunity of a lifetime here if he can manage to hold off his cousin. 50 minutes goes by here on the time score, on the timing charts. He's got a little bit of worries here. Rahul Nasseir, you can see him not that clean through this section. Christian Rajnauth, Sean Lee does claim that position over Christian Rajnauth after Christian's crash. Christian is back out from pit lane though, and you can see he's just that better there through the dipper section, and he's bringing that Mustang alongside a Nissan Altima. Down Conrad straight they go to Rahul. Stretches him out just a bit though, and plants his car there in a commanding position. Oh, Rahul Nasseir overshoots it. He's gonna have to watch how he comes back on track, and he loses that fight so prematurely, I would say, to Justin Nasseir. Is now back up into 3rd position. John Green enters pit lane, and it seems as though John Green is gonna have to think about a long run strategy here. But it's your race leader right now with his 6th lap in the game, with a 9-second lead over Justin Nasseir. Marlon Young claims a position over John Green as John Green is in the pits. Martin Webster as well. Martin Webster finally getting this car under him after that first turn altercation. Marlon Young ahead of him. John Green does get back on track here. Danny Nasseir sitting in 7th position. Hasn't got anything to worry about. Christian Rajnauth is crossed by the leader to put him 1 lap down. So sad to see that. It was a great fight there for 3rd place. Unfortunately, Sean Lee and Christian Rajnauth lost out on that fight there by touching the wall. Rahul Nasseir down 4 seconds now to Justin Nasseir. Cousins racing here at CSRO. And Justin is closing that gap to Oswin Wilson. Even with the balance, it just goes to show who's got the superior setup. Justin still running that 209 pace while Oswin Wilson is running a 210. That's going to put him in the clutches of Justin Nasseir in no time. Rahul Nasseir losing with a 211 there to the leaders. Marlon Young with a 213 on the pace. Martin Webster comes across the line now. He's doing a 213 as well. The top 5 are on the super soft. John Green went for the soft there with that pit stop. And the remaining 3 have on the super softs as well. So John is thinking about the long run here for when those super soft tires will fall off. Here's your race leader, Oswin Wilson, trying to get his best here through the S's. Down into the dipper he goes. Christian Rajnauth though with a 209 there, his fastest of the race, looking to claw back some time that he's lost. 7 seconds now separate Oswin Wilson from Justin Nasseir. You can see Justin just at the head of at top of the hill there, beginning Conrad Straight. Is Oswin? Yes, he's going into the pits now. Strategic move here from Oswin Wilson. Justin Nasseir is going to want to take these tires as long as they possibly can last. Rahul Nasseir with a 2:12.5 there crosses over Oswin Wilson as Oswin is in the pit lane. Where is Marlon Young? He crosses the line with a 2:12.6. So he's not that far away here, Marlon Young, to fight for the 3rd position of this race here. Oswin Wilson does get going here. Marlon Young is still to pit. Martin Webster as well. John Green did head in for his pit stop. Sean Lee, Christian Rajnauth as well. Might have changed up their strategy after their crash. Or maybe just fixed their damage and head back on track. Justin sees the lead of the race now. Will he slow his roll and try to make those tires last? We'll see at the end of this lap. As we're currently looking at Marlon Young here, sitting some 4 seconds away from Oswin Wilson, Ozzy. Sitting some 6.5 seconds away here from 1st and 2nd, who still need to pit. Oswin diving into the pits this lap before. To put him at somewhat of an advantage here to Justin Nasseir and Rahul Nasseir when the time comes for them to pit. It's about 30 seconds to 35 seconds, I suppose, time lost in pit lane. So if Justin or Rahul wanted to stay ahead of Oswin Wilson here during their pit stops, it would have to be around 30 seconds or so. Oswin Wilson went for the super softs there. He might run 2 super soft stints and a soft stint. Rahul Nasseir with a 2:12. Oswin Wilson with a 2:30, as that was the one where he came out of the pits, as is commonly known as your outlap. You can see Rahul Nasseir there in the distance, and he's claiming some time now, some half second or so to Rahul Nasseir. Now sitting around 5 seconds to the Canadian is Oswin Wilson out here representing the British Virgin Islands. Sean Lee there giving them a way, the leader's way as they get by. Danny Nasseir heads into the pit lane. Down into first gear here. And he's going to want to get on with his business. Still 15 seconds separates Oswin Wilson from Justin Nasseir. If Justin wants this free pit stop, he's going to have to put in a lot more work than that. We're even closer now is Oswin Wilson to Rahul Nasseir. It's under 3 seconds now. 2:10.2 from Justin Nasseir across the line. What is Rahul about to do is a 2:12 and a 2:09 from Oswin Wilson. So Oswin is even closing in on Justin Nasseir there after that final lap. And he's slowly approaching Rahul Nasseir there. Martin Webster goes across Marlon Young as Marlon Young heads into the pits. Take you back up to the fight now for second position. John Green crosses over Marlon Young. That's that strategic play running out there for John Green. Sean Lee heads back into the pits once again. Even closer now, Oswin Wilson to Rahul Nasseir. Much better on the brakes here is Oswin Wilson to Rahul Nasseir through the S's and into the dipper. Rahul Nasseir with a very wide line through there. Does not prove well for him as Oswin Wilson will tuck in and get the slipstream here from Rahul Nasseir, and he's going to want to dispatch him quite quickly as he doesn't want to lose time to Justin Nasseir. Oh, they both overshoot the apex of that turn. Oh, a little bit of shifty there for Rahul Nasseir as the tires might be slipping out from under him. Side by side into Murray's corner. Does he give him enough room here? Oswin Wilson being denied here an opportunity to second position. Can he get it done though? Down the mounting straight. I'm mixing up my words here. It's pretty hard to talk with all this excitement as John Green is that much closer to Martin Webster and he crosses him over. Ooh, Danny Nasseir with a bunch of issues here, making both Rahul Nasseir and Oswin Wilson.
Hit me off. Engine's gone. I'm out.
And Rahul Nasseir is out of the race.
Someone completely lagged into me.
As we saw Danny Nasseir there with the internet issues. Danny, we're getting some really hyping from you, Danny Nasseir. So we got Rahul is out of this one after coming in contact with Danny Nasseir. As you can see, the troubles that Danny is going through right about now. Danny, we're gonna have to ask you to take that car back into the pits. Take that car back into the pits. Don't drive, come to a complete stop, and just teleport back into the pits. Danny Nasseir. This is crazy here. people around him are gonna have to watch themselves. Rahul Nasseir does get going again. He's in 6th position now. Try to take you back to the fight here now. We've got Justin Nasseir coming across the line with a 210. So his tires are falling off. Oh, Danny Nasseir still having issues. Rahul, we're gonna have to ask you to ask Danny to leave the server or get back into the pits. And there we have Danny. He's still on track here, and it's causing some issues for us.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
He might not be hearing us over the comms, so Danny's having issues. Justin is coming across him now. He's gonna have to be careful. He's all the way off the track, but he can suddenly appear in front of the leader right now. This is what happens when you have that internet issue. It's what it seems like. Oh, there he's just popped up in front of Oswin Wilson. And now he's behind him. Looks like he's going slowly now. And he's out of this one. Finally, we get him out of here. Oswin might have lost some time there. As what we saw, he will see as well. With him bouncing around in front of the car. He's some 17 or 18 seconds away now from Justin Nasseir. So with that bit of commotion there, it's unfortunate, but we did lose Danny Nasseir, and unfortunately he did come in contact with Rahul Nasseir. Now we can. Now we can.
I was trying to talk all the time. My map is all over the place. I can't see anybody in the track, and I'm asking if it's only me. Nobody's answering me.
Yeah, because of your internet, you couldn't come across the comms. That's why no one answered you.
Okay. So you guys asked Rahul to leave his race to come and take me?
No, you actually took out Rahul, and please, let's get back to racing.
Okay, I did not see anybody.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate there, but that is what occurs if you do not have a stable connection, and they usually do have a stable connection, and now we lose both Nasseirs there from that race. Quite unfortunate turn of events here, as Rahul was doing quite well too to hold on to that second position there. You're gonna have to want to try and get that sorted out, but let's get back to strategy talk here now. As Oswin on the Super Softs might have lost the pace here from them. Justin Nasseir manages to still hold on and his first Gores. And John Green on the soft tire, elevating himself there into 3rd position after we lost Rahul Nasseir. Marlon Young now sits in 4th and 5th position by Martin Webster, followed by Sean Lee there in 6th. Ashton Rajnauth is going to have about 2 laps or so to come across Danny Nasseir and Rahul Nasseir to end up in 7th position here. As we look at Martin Webster, he's not that far away from his teammate Marlon Young here. It's about 3.5 seconds that separates him. Christian Rajnauth finally gets past Danny Nasseir here. Justin Nasseir registering at 2:10.496. Where is Oswin Wilson? He's coming around the penultimate turn now, but what's his pace? With a 2:09.741, Ozzy is on the charge, ladies and gentlemen. He wants the win of this race, as we're less than 1 minute behind the halfway mark here. of our third round of the V8 Supercars. Sean Lee heads back into the pits once again. Christian Rajnauth just might cross him, as Christian now comes across Rahul Nasseir. Says he's still 2 laps down here, Christian Rajnauth. Ooh, spinning the rear end there, Oswin Wilson, as he tries to get back on the power. Hope he's not losing that grip that he just so needs to take this fight to Justin Nasseir. He cannot afford another pit stop just yet, Oswin Wilson. Where is John Green? He's got Sean Lee behind him, but Sean Lee is in no contention here for that spot. We heard John Green there going again. Oh, I thought he just blew his engine once more. Looks like he's fighting this car, John Green. Sliding around here as he went through the S's and into the dipper. Justin Nasseir finally takes that car into the pits. Oswin Wilson mimicking that. That is exactly what he needs to do here. And he's done well to stick it in there, as Justin Nasseir has done. Just a change of tires here he needs, and probably a splash of gas, and he's ready to go. Justin Nasseir not out just yet. Where's John Green? He's now making his way down Conrad Straight. John Green is still pretty much in contention as well. Both of them gets going at the same time. What a move here by Oswin Wilson. He's managed to claim that 15 seconds win the pit stop. And he gets going again. Great move by him. They're both on the super softs here. We've got a race in our hands, guys. And with Oswin Wilson oh so close behind him, he's going to have that opportunity to follow him. Pretty close here. And try to at least stay in contention. What a pit stop. What a move. What a strategy by Oswin Wilson. We don't suppose that super soft can get to the end here that they both are on. So they've got at least one more pit stop to see. John Green can very well win this race if he makes those soft tires last. Right now with Oswin Wilson. Doesn't seem like Oswin has the pace to hold on here to Justin. A 243 and a 227. That's nothing to go by though. We need the proper times here, which we suppose we're going to get now. Not suppose, we will definitely get. It's already up to 2 seconds though. So Justin's doing what he needs to do in terms of opening this gap. He's just that faster, even with the 75 kg of ballast. Maybe it should have been 100, just like the rest of the championships. But these cars are such a handful to handle. It does take a genius to get it by, even with the extra kg on board, and it seems as though Justin is that genius. He's got a lot of experience in iRacing, and he's got a lot of experience here in sim racing in general. He knows how to run a lengthy race, as he's been known to competing in 24-hour sagas. Justin Nasseir opening the gap here to Oswin Wilson, now at 3 seconds as they head down into the dipper. John Green has not got a free pit stop here. Sorry, has got now 32 seconds to Justin Nasseir. Justin, a free pit stop to John Green. As well as Oswin Wilson too, so John might just be out of it here. Oswin closing the gap here down Conrad Straight. If he can keep it around that 3-second mark, it can be good, because the pit stops, depending on what his pit stop, the next set of pit stops might be, which needs to be done within 9 minutes and 20 seconds, by the way. That's a 12.78. That's the fastest lap of the race, and I believe the fastest lap we've seen all week. Justin turning on the pressure now and opening this gap. Sean Lee gets into the pit again. Christian Rajnauth finally crosses him over there for 6th position. The two of them are in the fight all by themselves, but it's still points involved. And now there's no Justin Nasseir in sight here for Oswin Wilson. The time stands at 4 seconds. He just does not have it through the mountain section here to take the fight to him. You see him just exit here down Skyline through the S's. The mountain has unfortunately claimed 2 lives so far. And Rahul Nasseir and Danny Nasseir are out of this one. Oswin Wilson just does not have the pace, ladies and gentlemen, to take this fight to Justin Nasseir. Oh, he makes a mistake there, and he does not want that. He does not want that. John Green is out of this race. What has happened there with John Green? I think it might have been a power outage here. What was the previous lap there? From Justin Nasseir, it's a 2:08.187. And Oswin did a 2:09.702. That pace is exceedingly well there from Justin Nasseir. You can still see him down the straight though, as there's just about 6.5 minutes remaining for the pit window to remain open. There's another position up for grabs here for Christian Rajnauth and Sean Lee, as John Green now exits the fight. Marlon Young and Martin Webster looking good to claim some great points here. And the pace is just that overwhelmingly well here from Justin. Ooh, Oswin makes a mistake here. and goes off track. Oh, he hits the wall as well, losing focus, Ozzy. What has occurred here? I hope he hasn't damaged those tires. And now the gap is 11 seconds to Justin Nasseir. Has the spirit's been broken, Oswin Wilson? Not even going full tilt there. Oh, and he's making more mistakes here, Oswin Wilson. I think he's got damage. And yes, he's heading into the pits. Not good, but what will his strategy be now, seeing that he's got this issue that he's been plagued with? As he heads back into the pits. What tires are you going to run with now? If I were him, I'd put on the softs and try to get to the end of the race here, as there's some 19.5 minutes remaining. He's in pit lane now. Where is Marlon Young? He's ways away here from Oswin Wilson. So Ozzy's going to get a free pit stop to him. Oswin gets going again. Goes back on the super softs. He's reckon he can make it last here for the 19 minutes that is remaining on the clock. As Marlon Young and Martin Webster need to pit. They've got one lap in order to do so. Marlon Young does pass pit lane. What about Martin Webster? Seems as though he passes it by as well. It's a 2:13 from Marlon Young. And a 2:15 by Martin Webster. See, some 2 seconds down from Marlon Young pace-wise. Oswin does get going again, but now some 44.9 seconds down from Justin Nasseir. That's a free pit stop there to the Canadian. All is not lost though. All is not lost, and even if these are some great points here to carry home for Oswin Wilson. Justin across the line with a 2:09 there. Let's ride with Justin as he makes his way around Mount Panorama. You know what they say, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Christian Rajnauth finally gets over John Green there to be in 5th position. And he's coming up against a lapped car here now. Sean Lee does give him away as Marlon Young enters the pit lane, followed by teammate Martin Webster. Let's just have a look-see at the pace from this onboard lap here of Justin Nasseir. Breaking way earlier there, Justin Nasseir. There's 1 minute remaining here. So Martin Webster and Marlon Young managing to do their pit stops, their mandatory pit stops, well in time before the timer goes 0. So that was a 2:09.438 there, so you can just gauge what that looks like there. Let's ride now with Oswin Wilson. He's braking about the same place that Justin Nasseir is braking, though the lines are different. That's it, they gotta make these tires last now. Pit lane is closed and you've got 15 minutes remaining in this race, ladies and gentlemen. That's right on board with a lap from Oswin Wilson. Everyone is on the super soft compound tire. And that's another mistake there from Oswin Wilson, and hits into the wall really hard. Oh, he's gonna be hating himself so bad for that mistake. Marlon Young is very far away, so Oswin can make those mistakes, but he's got damage now. It looks like it's going to be detrimental. He's stuck there on the wall. He's not moving, Oswin Wilson, and he's back in the pit lane. He gets going again here. And it's supposed to be in 4th position here. Let's see when they come across the line. Yes, it does show that he is behind Martin Webster. Oh, and he makes a mistake again, Oswin Wilson. Did he not fix the damage when he went back into pit lane? He's gonna lose even more time here. And he might just end up behind Christian Rajnauth. Oh, actually, Christian is down by some 3 laps here. Marlon Young goes up into 2nd position. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to your attention the fact that Marlon Young and Martin Webster both crashed out at the beginning of this race at turn 1. And look at where he is now. He did not give up. He just kept going. Marlon Young now sits in 2nd position of this race. Loads of points here in his bag once he can hold on to the end. He's got 11.5 minutes to do so. Martin Webster has been lapped. Justin Nasseir with that ballast on car. Managing to lay down the pace here to negate the fact that he's got that 75 kg means he's got a superb car setup, guys. And he's now going to lap Marlon Young here. and give himself a 1 lap buffer. Oswin Wilson, frustrated with himself, is out of this
On
one.
the straight.
Here he calling out to Justin Nasseir, Marlon Young, to indicate where he must pass. Ladies and gentlemen, the mountain has claimed another victim. It's Oswin Wilson, who leaves this race prematurely. We've got 23 laps on the board here as Justin is on the 23rd lap of this race. His 23rd lap, I should say. And it's just about 10 minutes left on the clock.
All yours, Justin.
Marlon Young going to give it to Justin here as he comes across to lap the entire field, ladies and gentlemen, once again in that Ford Mustang. So Christian Rajnauth and Sean Lee have got about 3 and 4 second laps there to claim 4th and 5th position respectively away from Oswin Wilson. Though he left the race, it still shows him in that position and could very well be finished in that position if they do not come across the line in time. Looking back at Christian Rajnauth now. Where did we lose Oswin Wilson? We lost him through Quarry Bend. So when he comes across the line here, does that mean he crosses, when he comes across Quarry Bend here, does it mean he crosses over Oswin Wilson? Let's take a look-see. No, he does not come across Oswin Wilson just yet. He's got about 2 more laps to do. So he's all shifty though, Christian Rajnauth. He wants to last the end of this race, not lose it. And it seems as though the grip is gone from these super softs here on Christian's Holden Commodore. Even if Sean Lee gets by though, he's got 1 lap to play with here, Christian, to remain in 5th position. Christian does get by him now and registers pretty late there from the timing charts. Is that Martin Webster in front of him? Is Christian catching up to Martin Webster? He does have to unlap himself 2 times before he can claim that 3rd position from Martin Webster. Quite unfortunate. But he can fight for that position to get ahead. But with 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining on the clock, I don't think he can push on by to pass Martin Webster 2 more times. But well done by them to stick around in this race and to stay true to their pace. I mean, don't fool yourself if you can't do it. Martin Webster is actually going to pull aside to let Christian Rajnauth by. And let's just hope Martin Webster does not get into any troubles down the line to put himself in a weird or awkward position here, to lose that position to Christian Rajnauth. What about Sean Lee? Where is Sean Lee in this? Rahul Nasseir is back in the server. I don't suppose he can get back in this fight, can he? And try to claim that 8th position, or even try to claim that position over John Green. It's going to be a lot of laps though to claim that position over John Green. To win this, to win that position there, 7th position, and win the points. Sean Lee though, sitting in 6th position, wants to come across Oswin Wilson here to be up into 5th. as we're about to head into crunch time. There's no fight that we can look at. What a somber end here to our event down in Bathurst. But if you're gonna race on the mountain, you're gonna have to be in a tip-top shape and on your tip-top game in order to survive. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our third round of the Caribbean Special Class Series featuring our V8 Supercars here from Australia. We've got Justin Nasseir leading the charge, now beginning his 26th lap of the race, with also the fastest lap of the race in bag. Maybe next season we'll decide to probably give away points for that too, and then we'll see a little bit of scrapping going on just to get qualifying laps before the end of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in crunch time. If you're joining us for the first time, crunch time is when we're below 5 minutes, as we are currently at the moment. Oswin Wilson rejoins the race here. He's currently sitting in pit lane, and he can probably get going here. Oh, Sean Lee with an issue. Yes, he's seeing the wall here at the S's, and unfortunately, if he did think about that 5th position, he's gonna have to miss on it. Because if Oswin Wilson can get going again, oh, it does show that he did manage to get by him actually. So he is up into 5th position here, Sean Lee, but with some damage now. So it's all about damage control here and try to get back into pit lane, maybe? Oswin Wilson still sitting in pit lane. Justin Nasseir is going to come across Sean Lee any moment now. With 3 minutes and 10 seconds, we've got about a lap and a half remaining in this race. Your race leader about to complete the 26th lap of this race. His pace is consistent there at that 2:10 mark. Christian Rajnauth, no, with an issue here. He's quite a ways away from losing any positions, Christian Rajnauth. He's going to bring home that 4th position there. Christian, he's heading into the pits now. So where's Sean Lee? Sean Lee's climbing the mountain now. He's got blue flags. He's got none to lose actually, Justin Nasseir. Sean Lee does step aside and let him by, as he is running a race here. Justin Nasseir, he's going to want to get by. But the mountain has once again proven itself to be detrimental here. And has claimed a numerous amount of bodies today. But it's this guy, Justin Nasseir, who's going to get one more lap here around Mount Panorama to bring it home, ladies and gentlemen. Even with 75 kg worth of ballast on this Ford Mustang, he's going to win the 3rd round of our Special Class Series featuring the V8 Supercars here at none other than Bathurst. Got me singing like a Spanish royalist out here. 2:11, 1:15 with 30 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be his final lap, Justin Nasseir. Marlon Young doing well to hold on to the end, as he's got Martin Webster fighting for position here, is he? The two Team Xplay guys are having a little tussle of their own. Martin Webster in the 444 car here. No, he's not going to take the fight to Marlon Young. They want to come across the line as is, as the leader is on the final lap here. I think they both will get one lap to go. Yes, they will. But it doesn't seem as though Martin Webster will want to cross him over here. Who's got the most points in the league, you might ask? Let's just look that up right quick for you. So it's Marlon Young with the most points over Martin Webster there, 30 versus 23. So he's going to want to give the most points here to Marlon Young, Martin Webster. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Nasseir has got 75 kg after winning the first round of this race. He went on to win the second round of Barbagallo, that is, at Barbagallo. And now he's coming in first position once again, and to carry another 75 kg into the fourth round of this race, something we've never seen before at CSRO. Breaking records out here is the Canadian with Guyanese heritage, Justin Nasseir, in his Ford Mustang. He brings it across the line now. For the final time, Justin Nasseir is the conqueror of Bathurst. He's the king of the mountain. Congratulations, Justin. Bring it down right there for me. Thank you. Marlon Young and Martin Webster will bring it across the line here in second and third. Team Ultima, Team Xplay, Team One Game Shop. Gonna bring it down in second and third. Well done to you. Christian Rajnauth is gonna claim some great points here in fourth position, and Sean Lee in fifth. Well done, guys. Just bring it down to the end of straightaway alongside Justin. Thank you very much. Alright, well done to you guys. Just gonna wait until Christian comes across the line here. And let's carry on now with the drivers' interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, once again on the podium, after having such a difficult start here to the race, Martin Webster claims third position. Go ahead, old man. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a exciting race and an eventful race. I wasn't on the pace, but it's a surprise to be up here. It's a good it's one of those things where we get a gift and we take the gift, and it's a good present for Team Xplay because we got some new rigs, and what a good way to celebrate the new rig, second and third.
Most definitely. The rig probably adding to the little pace as well. Thanks a lot there from Martin Webster. Marlon Young, it seems as though once again you've beaten your rival here. Let's not mention that just yet. I know Oswin is fuming But well done though to hold on after that first turn incident.
Yeah, I mean, I know the race would have been high on attrition, so all I did, I said to myself, just stay in it, and everything will come back to me. And I was just counting them off one by one. And I didn't really expect that would have happened, but then I saw him disconnect from the server, so I started laughing so loud. But anyway, I mean, I don't take joy in that, but I'm happy for the position. The only thing I'm disappointed I have to carry this 50 kg again.
Most definitely. And Justin Nasseir, this is gonna be the 4th time in a row you're gonna have to carry this 75 kg.
Yeah. It was an interesting race. Lap 1 was a mess, but after that it was okay.
Most definitely. If you don't mind, just take us through that turn 1 incident though.
I got up to turn 2 and John Green missed the corner and stopped because he missed the corner because there's no grip when you get offline, and when he stopped there was nowhere to go. I hit him, I got run over from behind. It was just a mess.
Ah man.
And then later on in the lap there was an incident. I don't even know who it was, but I completely flat spotted both my fronts. So I ran the full first run with flat spotted fronts, no grip in the front end, and it was just kind of a uphill battle. Once I got the new tires on, it was fine. Car had a bit damaged, but oh well. Move on. It was fast enough.
Yeah, your pace is definitely out. I mean, was unmatched today, basically. What do you owe that to? Actually, was it the car setup? Because we know you've got that 75 kg to drag around behind you.
It was a little of both. It was really one of those races like Melbourne where you just had to take care of tires the whole time. And that was kind of, so I really wasn't pushing too hard. Especially on the first run, they were so cooked, it didn't matter. On the second run, I was just taking care of tires and just like, I saw everybody start dropping. And speed-wise, I mean, the setup itself was pretty good, but like, I couldn't really drive it to its full extent or the tires wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, most definitely. But we did see you come alive there in that second stint with a 207. Congratulations to you, Marlon Young and Martin Webster out here today. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. And I'll just step away now to end the stream. Right, folks, that was our 3rd round there of the Caribbean Sim Racing Championships Special Class Series, where we took those guys out there to Bathurst. As John Green said, what happened to John Green? Oh, he actually had a crash, and so he decided to disconnect. Nothing in it for him, as he's currently got 0 points on the board. So he's got double DNFs there so far, as he came in late to this series. Ladies and gentlemen, are the points updated just yet? No, not just yet. Actually, they have been. We've got Justin Nasseir there with another 25 points to his name from 50. So he's going to have 75 points now. Doesn't seem as though the points are updated here just yet for me to give it to you guys. No, it has not been. So we're going to wait until that. And I think when the server goes down, that's when that happens. And it did just go down, I believe. But thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. We do see you out there in the comment section. Thanks a lot for commenting. It was a really nice race indeed. To Andrew Nasseir, Pelico 1, Jorge Luis Ramirez Rodiles, Klaus Clint, Oswin Wilson there out in the comment section after losing on the chat, sorry. Stephen, we see you out there as well. Azad Hassan, who's missed today's race. Joe was out there as well. He missing this race as well. Afras Ali and Brian Nicholas. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thanks to the others who might have not been commenting there. Thanks a lot for joining us today. We hope you join us in the next one. We hold races here every Saturday. And on the next go, we've got the Caribbean Endurance Championship. So that's next Saturday. Join us live again. Same time, same place. 6 p.m. -4 GMT for those of you from around the rest of the world. Just want to say I hope you're being safe out there. And have a great rest of the weekend. Alright, that's enough for me. Take care. Bye-bye.
For all my life, and they kept painting rainbows. I'm colorblind, it's black and white. It seems to